This is Scheme to Death with football columnist Murf Baldwin, delving deep into scheme and personnel as only he can do. And now, your host, Murf Baldwin.
Hey, yo! Feeling good, feeling fine. It's about that time. So sit back and rewind if you must, because top billing villains is here. It's time for Scheme to Death. Now listen, we had a pretty interesting week, right? For your Seattle Seahawks, coming off that victory. And a lot of guys, people are starting to feel really good about their team. So I'm always here to, tell people to just relax, play it safe. A lot of definitive analysis being had by Seattle Seahawks fans. One dude talking about the only way that they don't win 12 or 13 games is because of the offensive line. And I'm like, man, that's a little rich, right? Or not to say that they can't win 12 or 13 games. I just don't know if you should jump off the deep end with that type of analysis off of the competition faced, the Broncos and the Patriots. Now, it looks like it keeps becoming like a process, like it's working in increments where the games are getting more difficult, right? They're getting increasingly difficult. With the Dolphins in town, if my man, the Samoan sniper, Tua Tagovailoa was playing, then it would undoubtedly be a step up from the New England Patriots, who were a step up from the Denver Broncos. So with Skylar Thompson at the helm, not quite the Samoan sniper, but they still have a very talented team that can definitely give the Seattle Seahawks some issues with certain matchups. So the first thing I'm going to look at is the offensive line of the Seattle Seahawks versus the Miami Dolphins defensive line. Right? When healthy, the Dolphins they are extremely talented up front. I mean, when you talk about a team that has Calais Campbell, Emmanuel Ogbah, Jalen Phillips, right? That kid is nasty. Right? Jalen Phillips is one of these guys. To me, he has 10 to 15 sack potential. He's a complete disruptor. Big, lengthy kid like that, right? You know what I mean? No Diddy. That guy can absolutely get after it. Keep in mind, right? So I'm speaking from experience right here. This is a team that I've covered. Right? I've done significant business actually behind my Samoan sniper studies over the years, and that's dating back to him at Alabama, right? So Alabama used to be the primary cover of this channel, and then it was Georgia, but a lot of it was definitely built on Alabama and when Tua and Jalen Hurts were there. So I'm very familiar with the Miami Dolphins. Right. I do think that this would, I don't know, man. I'm be honest with you, I'm kind of hurt that Tua Tagovailoa put himself in that predicament again to get another concussion. So, Guy's a very talented guy. I love the way he plays ball. Y'all know me, man. I like the pocket passers who are extremely accurate. These guys who work the rhythm and timing portion of the game. Not into the dudes who everybody wanted to see just chuck it deep and all that shit. Like, I mean, to me, that don't take no thought. It's like watching a boxer who just swings away with haymakers compared to somebody like a Floyd Mayweather or Shakur Stevenson, right, from out here in Newark, New Jersey. These guys are wizards, technical wizards. I love people who can think the game through, and that's in life in general. With like people who I know put the time in to master the nuances of the game, right? Or the nuances of a position, whatever it may be. So that's how I feel that I do with myself, right? I've done with myself my whole life. I put straight up time into the nuances and make sure that that's taken care of first before you do the flashy shit. So a lot of these guys don't have it like that. I believe Tua is one of those guys does. He doesn't have a huge arm to go downfield, but I mean, you don't have to have a huge arm to go downfield. He can still lead the league in yardage. He can still lead the league in completion percentage. He can still lead the league in touchdowns, and he can lead the league in just being overall more efficient than everybody. He was getting off to a rocky start, though. I will say that. Skylar Thompson's one of these guys, though. The fan base, for some odd reason, man, they turned on Tua like right away. And Skylar Thompson, when he was drafted in the 7th round, he had a really good preseason a couple of seasons ago, and you had a ton of people in their fan base wanting Skylar Thompson to be the quarterback. So at least for right now, because I saw where it says that Tua's not going to retire, Skylar Thompson has a chance to really show himself. Now, he has some talent, right? He does have a talent. He does bring a stronger arm there. But, man, it's just too much or too little data on him, especially going against the Seattle Seahawks defense that is mad active. You know what I mean? These guys are flying around. Big shout-outs to a guy like Rayshon Jenkins, right? He's very much living up to what I said in that film study and the type of ball that he can play, right? And I noticed that they're putting him on tight ends, man coverage, so that opens up a lot of different things there. It frees up Julian Love to make plays all over the field, and Julian Love is just destroying it still, right? You ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go all the way to California to get your MC8. Most people won't get that reference right there. Maybe not this particular fan base. That man, Julian Love, right? One dude came here talking about, why is there anybody talking about Julian Love and all this and that? And I'm like, why would you, out of all places, why would you come here, right? Yeah, that's block worthy. I'm sorry, man. You gotta get up out of there, right? You don't come here on something that has nothing to do with Julian Love and speak about Julian Love. On the plays that, I mean, how much Julian Love content did I do? I even went out of my way to do content on that man in the 2nd or 3rd week of the season. We had some dude run down on me talking about, whatever you said about Julian Love obviously wasn't true. He's a bust and he's trash and all this and that. Yeah, how did that turn out, right? One Pro Bowl later, looking like another Pro Bowl, looking like he could have an all-pro year. And he signed a deal, right? Guys got him some money as well. Julian Love is fun to watch. Along with Rayshon Jenkins, man, I'm telling you, with that active front 7, I think he can give Skylar Thompson fits. Now, Skylar Thompson has a little bit of film on tape, so it's not like he's brand new. I want to say he maybe even started a playoff game. Oh, man, I buried the lead. They actually went out and got Tyler Huntley. Now, I remember people talking about the Seahawks, like some of the Seahawks fans, right? You know what I'm saying? People going to pretend like none of this happened, though. But I remember Murf. What if we trade for Tyler Huntley? I'm like, Tyler Huntley is better than Geno Smith? The fuck out of here. Listen, another team that I cover, right? City that I lived in. I love that city, right? Baltimore, right? Much love to the people out in Baltimore. Much love to the people all on the East Coast, period, right? But Tyler Huntley, I actually think he fits this particular scheme very well, right? The schemes where they don't have to necessarily press it vertical. That man, to me, was extremely paranoid, right, to try to go downfield, right? He was a check down Charlie type for the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, some of his average yards per was you know what I'm saying, was stupid low. But he was trying to play mistake-free football, and he would end up making mistakes because he was too tight with it, you know what I mean? Like, but he does have some talent, and I think in a rhythm and timing-based offense, like what you see Tua Tagovailoa, he has a pretty good athlete in his own right there. Tyler Huntley might be, you know what I'm saying, he might be pretty decent in a Miami Dolphins uniform. So I don't know how much he is up to speed with that particular offense, but having him on the roster, I'm pretty sure they could do much worse. But is he a Geno Smith? Come on, man. You guys got to stop playing with my boy, man. Stop playing with my boy. I said it and I say it again, right? My man Aaron Rodgers looked damn good against the New England Patriots. And there was somebody on the channel talking about this, right? I want to say it was my man Lanny, right? Oh, that reminds me, right, before I get into that. Big shout out to my man SD Vogel, right? We're going to say he sponsored this particular video. My man was doing the damn thing, right? I think my man's from down under. He shot, at least in Australian dollars, right? It was like $79.99 or something like that. So much love to you, brother. You always love to see it, man. I love when people, you know what I mean, reach in that pocketbook and support the movement, right? Because we on the grind here, baby. A lot of people don't respect the grind, and those are the people who have to get off the train eventually, right? Eventually, I'm going to sniff out the people who don't respect the grind, and they're up out of here. That's just it, right? They just up out of here, right? And those are the 1%ers, if that, right? A lot of people like to say, oh, man, all of these people. Nah, sorry, buddy. You can check the numbers, right? They're 1%, right? The 1%. You don't let those those bad apples spoil the entire bunch. So my man SD Vogel, definitely not one of them, man. So salute and shouts to everybody who supports and reaches in that pocketbook, right? And not goofy people like some dude, right? You had to be a troll. Right? His name is Mark Mitchell or something like that. Yeah, so when you post, you're going to think you posting, but you'll notice that you're blocked. You be trolling this shit. Well, I'm tipping my waiter or something like that. I'm like, there's no tip there. You always do this weird shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Less people like that, more people like SD Vogel and a lot of the people who be out there who be supporting. So I'm going to start shouting you guys out. But listen, going back to that though, my man Lanny, he said that Aaron Rodgers looked very good against the New England Patriots and looked eerily similar to Geno Smith. And I agree. When I was watching that, I'm like, they look very eerily similar. And I've always thought that Geno Smith played a lot like Aaron Rodgers. And with him detaching from the pocket and doing a lot of that stuff, right, which we've seen him do over the last few seasons, he very much resembles Aaron Rodgers, right? Very much so. So Aaron Rodgers looked good, and I'm pretty sure Geno Smith set the blueprint with how he played against the New England Patriots, and the Jets had some good film to go on. So, I like that there, right? And we're going to have a little friendly, right, with me and the people on the channel again, right, with the Seahawks and the Jets coming up later this year. So that's going to be fun right there. We can, you know what I'm saying? Especially that it's going to be out here, right? Out here where I live, baby. So, you know what I mean? That's gonna be dope, man. So hopefully some of you people will actually come out here to Jersey. You know what I mean? See how we getting it down here. I know a lot of you people come out to Jersey and probably gonna shoot over to New York though. But hey, make sure you check out Jersey too, man. Say our name. We're much underrated. Make sure you get out to Jersey City. Come out here to Newark and do the damn thing, all right? Secaucus, the Meadowlands, that area right there where the stadium is. I know you guys have to be around that area, but make sure you visit some of the surrounding cities too. Some of the cities, though, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, we get it in, right? It's the trenches, right? So, speaking of, right, dumbass of the week, I believe, coming up on the C block there. So, but back to this game with the Dolphins, I think it should be a good game. I don't know what's going to happen with Skylar Thompson. That could end up being what makes it not a good game, and the Seahawks jump on that throat and bull constrict them boys, right? Especially on defense. Now, the Dolphins defense, like I said before, on the back end, I think Javon Holland, remember, this team that I covered as well, and I did some stuff on him, and I talked about how good he was. He's so versatile at Oregon. I know a lot of you guys know about Javon Holland, so I think he's the best young safety in the game. And man, he's almost a vet now, so they're even not removing that, man. He can play in the box. You can post him, right, middle field close. He can do it all. He can cover. I love me some Javon Holland. Of course, they have Jalen Ramsey on that team, so him and Dennis Rodman Jr., obviously they're going to get into their little annual fight, so we can see what that's like, right? Your boy Jalen Ramsey got that Splenda in his tank anyway. He got to have some Splenda in his tank, man. There's nothing wrong with having Splenda in your tank, right? We support everybody here. I'm about equality, so big shout out to the LGBT crowd. Yeah. Big shout out to all the folks out there, right? So shout out to Jalen Ramsey and his Splenda in his tank, right? And big salutes to your man Dennis Rodman Jr. You know what I'm saying? He might not have Splenda in his tank when it's a little sucralose or something. I quit, so I can already hear the people right now, right? Some of you people are absolutely loony, right? Too much fanboyism, right? These are grown men you're rooting for. I want you to keep that in mind. Some of these people will crash out over every little thing. Like, man, maybe I should go into this right now. This might have to be a visual portion of this, right? You remember in the last game and in the breakdown, and I talked about DK Metcalf dropping a pass, right? Matter of fact, let's check this out. Yo, here we go, right? Back at it again. So remember this particular play right here, right? Back to the basket play action fake. Hard sell there by your boy Charbonnet, stepping up with that good pass pro as well. So here we go. The play in question here. So a lot of people wanted to point out that I said that Geno, you know what I'm saying, threaded the needle right here, right? Geno did thread the needle. What the defender does has nothing to do with anything. That right there is a good thrown ball, right? So they point out how Raekwon tips the ball, right? I didn't point that out. I don't give a shit. That's why the ball doesn't break plane. That's not, look at that. The ball arrives on time. Look at where the ball is and look at where DK Metcalf's hands are, right? The ball didn't, that happens 50 trillion times that I've watched football, played football and everything. People will tip a pass and it really won't even break the trajectory of it. The people are acting like this was tipped and then it started like careening where it's like end over end or something like that, or it shoots way out to the left. It stays on the same path. You're a professional NFL wide receiver. That has nothing to do with anything. Look at this. This is why he dropped the pass. That does not need pointing out. I swear, like, I can tell when people don't actually have experience playing the game of football. It's like they get tripped up over the littlest of things and they'll focus on something. It will be like a boxer, like getting knocked out, but before he got knocked out, he tripped. Right? He may have stumbled a little bit and then got caught with a punch. However, a person like me would notice that while he did do that, the reason why he got knocked out is because his left hand was too low. He was carrying his left hand too low prior to even the trip. So that would be how he got knocked out. This is how he missed the pass. Watch this. He's letting it get into his body. Even before it comes, right, you can tell his arms are not even extended. So he's trying to body catch this. And the ball is right there on time still. Right there. That should be caught. The fuck are you talking about? You got to be straight up a casual fan to think anything other than this ball should have been caught by a professional wide receiver. Now, you and me and people out there, yeah, maybe we trip up on something like that. You know what I mean? I won't trip up on it, but maybe you would. But this right here is why look, he's no longer looking. He's looking, he's thinking this is a little big hitter right here. This is Kyle Duggar. He'll lay your ass out, right? He'll lay your ass out like creased khakis. There's no doubt about that. DK tensing up for the punch, right? Then he drops the ball. Right? Look, the ball he almost has it, right? But bad technique, he drops it before he still gets hit. Come on, man. You can't be that, right? That's what I'm talking about. I'll be wanting to talk to real football heads out here. Then you have dudes like this one dude, he straight up crashed out over it, right? He's a dumbass of the week. We had to start that segment earlier, right? Straight crashed out over it, right? Started talking shit. Oh, I'm glad your content is free. And it's like, ooh, you got me. Ooh, man, shut the fuck up. You fucking nothing nobody do. What the fuck is you talking about, bro? I won't remember you in 10 seconds. Get the fuck out of here. But look. Right here, does the ball really lose? Look, the ball. Look at where the plane is. Look at the stitches here, right? The ball is riding the stitches, right on the hashes right here. Does it really break plane? Look, it's still going in the same direction. Come on, bruh. These are professionals. I don't understand what you think. You can't like somebody so much because they play for your team and you're a grown-ass adult and you crash out over it. Come on, that shouldn't have been caught. You can see what's going on. He took his eye off the play, let the ball get into his body. And then bang, he's just dropping the ball. He still took a hit too. Should have just stayed up on it, right? Does it make DK Metcalf a bad player? No. Does it mean that I hate DK Metcalf because I'm pointing out shit? No, it makes me an analyst, right? That's all I'm doing. I showed a play, and there it is, right? So if I would have said it was tipped, would that have changed the fact that his technique was poor on this particular play? It wouldn't have. That's why he dropped the ball. He didn't drop this shit because it got tipped. Now, if it had been a tip to where that shit flew in there, I would have obviously I probably wouldn't even have shown the play. But this shit coming right here is not breaking the plane. Look at this shit, dog. It's staying on the same trajectory. The same trajectory right here, it stays on. It's a straight line. He throws it in a straight line. The dude barely gets a fingertip on it, and it stays in the same straight line. And he missed, and he dropped a couple of more passes with that. So, and this is not like it's his framed as just this game. Like, we've been doing this a long time, right? We've seen this guy drop passes. He would probably tell you, you know what I'm saying, that he was frustrated in this game. He got frustrated himself when he dropped that one that was a slant. I believe he should have had that one where he went downfield with Christian Gonzalez. I think this one right here, this is what you want. Now look at that. You get a middle field closed guy with your best vertical route runner. Gino holds the safety. You see him holding right here? The safety Yeah, he has to play it 50-50. You just never know. You got another guy who can go vert on him as well on the other side. They hold him perfectly. Geno Cox and fires. Look at this 50-50 situation. You want him to be able to go up and get that. Right? He turns all the way around and doesn't come up with it. Now, is it a difficult catch? Oh, you damn right it's a difficult catch. But that's why you're in the NFL. And that's why you want those elite bucks, right? You know what I mean? You want elite bucks and you want that major status. A lot of the great receivers out there with great hands, they go up and make those plays and they make it more like a 70-30 ball, maybe even 80-20 if you're someone like Garrett Wilson. That guy is the bomb with stuff like that. So I believe the cat from the New York Giants, Malik Neighbors, I believe he'll be one of those kind of guys, right? Jamar Chase is one of those guys. Justin Jefferson. It's just a different way of operating. But then, come on, man. You can't be so much of a fan of somebody as a grown man that you'll crash out over every little thing. Like, to me, that's embarrassing. Right? It's pathetic. Like, are you 10, 12 years old or something like that? Like, I'm not a fan of anything like that much. I'm a fan of myself or my wife or my mother or, you know what I'm saying, my friends or something like that. I can't put that much energy into another grown man. Yeah, they play football. We are. I'm saying I played football. They made it there, right? They're the best of the best. But damn, dude, like, you know what I'm saying? Some fucking testosterone or something, like, bro. That shit is strange to me, right? Straight up, right? People who go super fanboy with shit is just strange to me. But you know what I'm saying? There you have it. That's that segment. Moving on. Thinking about the Seattle Seahawks run game, I can't say that I've liked what I've seen so far. Even in the game with Kenneth Walker, he's just a special back. He makes some shit happen. But without him, man, that Zach Charbonnet shit was kind of tough to watch. Now, I remarked before, I wonder how the run game would be in Seattle with a guy like Ryan Grubb, who's clearly a passing game guru extraordinaire. That's going to be how he makes his mark, right? The Seahawks are a passing team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They made themselves go to the run game in the first game because they want to run, and to be able to have that in your back pocket, to be able to switch your pitch, right? Your fastball ain't working. You know, work the slider. I believe Seattle does have that in its back pocket. But then again, there are going to be some elite defenses that are going to be able to take away the pass, right? They're going to make Geno look not that good. It just happens, right? Everybody thinks that everybody else's quarterback plays a perfect game every game. That's why I laugh at a lot of you people out there. And I'm like, oh, damn, I look around and Patrick Mahomes has 15 interceptions in the season. Josh Allen has 18 interceptions. Like, nobody plays perfect ball. And expecting Geno Smith to be perfect all the time, man, that shit is crazy. You place high expectations and standards on people you don't like. You lower your expectations and standards for people you do like. That's natural in life. And that's what happens to Geno Smith a lot. So what happens when he looks ordinary? Well, obviously we know that people are going to then turn over and say, oh, he sucks, Cletus. Put in Sam Howell. Sam's more faster. They'll just say anything wild. Sam's taller. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yosemite Sam is taller than Geno Smith. Put him in. Like, you know what I'm saying? But beyond that, it's going to be, can they go to the run game then against elite personnel? In a Ryan Grubb, like, I don't find him his schemes to be that dynamic. Of course, you're working with those wider line splits. Now, when you have those wider line splits, you generally want to think that the wider line splits is going to be very good for passing, right? Creating those passing lanes. Maybe it takes a little bit more for the guys to get to you there. But obviously with the Seahawks, we're seeing that vertical pressure really quick. You know what I mean? But you want to condense those line splits normally in a good run game. Like my man from the Los Angeles Chargers, Greg Roman, the best run game guy in the NFL, period, point blank. Glad to see him back with Jim Harbaugh, right? You guys should know about them when they were at the San Francisco 49ers and when they had that run game with Frank Gore and those guys. The shit was nasty. Bananas. And with the Baltimore Ravens with John Harbaugh. Like I said before, I still love covering that team. I'm a run game guy. I love getting in the film room, breaking down Greg Roman shit, right? Ryan Grubb, not so much, right? That shit looked like You know what I mean? Bang your nuts with a spiked bat, like Method Man said back in the day. Everybody remember that shit? Bang them shits with a spiked bat. That's what it looked like. It was like, damn, this is really bad. And some of that was personnel. Why not give Kenny McIntosh some totes? He's more sudden than Zach Charbonnet. He's more agile than Zach Charbonnet. He's very physical in his own right. He was the star of the preseason. Like, you put him out there, and I did go back and I saw him. I was like, oh, shit, he was actually out there, and I didn't even really notice. But he was pass block. He was pass protecting. So remember all that angst about his pass pro and all that? They put him out there and let him pass pro, and he did pretty good. So, you know what I mean? There's that. But why not get him some totes? That's not to say that Zach Charbonnet's not good. I think he's actually very good. So that has nothing to do with it. That boy was pass blocking his ass off too. So give him credit for that there. But the run game was, man, that was pulling teeth. You know what I mean? He had a couple of runs. I was like, okay. He squirted out the backside one. No diddy. No diddy. Right. He came out on the other side of the line there. And I was like, oh, shit, that was a pretty dope run, right? It was like a 5-yard gain, something like that. They needed somebody to break something, and I believe Kenny McIntosh can break something. So give him some totes, right? If your man is unable to go again, Kenneth Walker. But if not, give Kenneth Walker all them totes, right? That boy can play his ass off right there. He's fun to watch. In Olu Oluwatimi, I tried to warn you guys about Laken Thompson. Yeah, he's looking very much doo-doo butter. So, trash dookie or doo-doo butter, take your pick. Laken Thompson is that in the run game, right? I saw him fucking up in the run game. And, of course, in pass pro, man, he was getting slaughterhoused by Keon White. And man, Connor Williams didn't have that good a game to me, too. But these are things that I talked about, I believe, in the film breakdown that I did a couple of days ago. So, if you haven't seen that, make sure you go and check that bad boy out there. Make sure you're checking out all the content, though, right, man? Real men watch to the end and then comment, right? Too many grown-ass men out there who just want attention. This shit is weird to me, right? Like the people who run to as soon as the thing hit, and they were like, I liked it. I already liked it, Murf. And all. I'm like, dude, shut up. I don't want to talk about that. I just sat here for hours and hours, and I'm like, man, let's talk football, right? Nope. Somebody like, Murf, this and that. They'll say something generic. I'm like, damn, why not just humor me and just pretend you watched it? Just don't comment for however long the video is and then pretend you watched it or something like that, right? I'll sniff that out too, but damn, the disrespect of just immediately commenting when you see the video launch, opposed to, you know what I mean, getting it in. You know what I'm saying? What is he talking about this time, right? Get on that right there. So that's just me there. I practice what I preach, right? You know what I mean? I'm human too. I watch YouTube. I don't watch football YouTube. But if I'm watching some subjects that I like, I'm not running in and jumping in, right? I like this dude named Mileage Mike. He likes to travel around and he does like infrastructure stuff, talking about highways and all stuff like that. He just drop a video and I just say something generic. I watch the video and then comment. Real men watch to the end and then comment, so that's me right there on my soapbox. But hey, I don't know, man. All I know is football is here. I cannot wait for this weekend for some more games. The Jets got it popping. Good luck for that there. We'll see what's going on with these other teams there. I expect your Seattle Seahawks to come out victorious and be 3-0 against the Miami Dolphins. And we'll see how that goes, man. But different personnel. Styles make fights. Remember, those guys historically have been some of the best, most explosive run game outfit guys. I love watching that Dolphins. I like covering that Dolphins run game too, while it's more finesse with all the zone schemes and stuff, whereas Greg Roman has a lot of those gap scheme, power schemes and all that, those type of concepts that I love. Those guys just do it right with the personnel in their run game. So those guys climbing up, combo blocking, but those speed demons they have at running back, Devon Achane might be the best he's top 5 to 10, definitely for sure. Dude averaging like 7-8 yards a carry last year. Shit was insane. Not doing that well to start this year, but all it takes is one leaky run defense, which we've seen from the Seahawks. So I've not been impressed with the Seahawks run defense. It got a little bit better in the second half, I believe, but my man Antonio Gibson, formerly of the Washington Commanders, he's definitely showing that he's every bit as talented as I said he was with the Commanders. Because he was giving you dudes the business out there, being the Seattle Seahawks there. That was tough to watch, right? I'm like, damn, they are very leaky in that. So don't be leaky with no Devon A-Chain and those guys that they got running the ball with the Miami Dolphins. He could, you know what I'm saying? Ooh-wee. So that's going to be fun to watch as well. So see that front seven versus that Dolphins run game, and seeing what those guys have in store to really trick, or not even trick, man. It's not all about tricking people. Just being very sound in your assignments, going against Skylar Thompson, or if Tyler Huntley gets a chance to play. So we shall see. But all right, man. As always, man, much love to everybody out there. Thanks to all my top Billin villains. Salute to everybody out there, man, that's just a real one, man. A lot of real ones out there. Definitely going to start showing much love to y'all, man, in 86 and these cowardly goofball dudes that be jumping up on here just looking for my attention, right? Grown-ass men stalking me, looking for my attention. All because I do football videos, something that they could readily avoid. How many people get up on there too and be like crying and shit? Well, you could have said it this way. You know, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. You know who you talking to, right? Come on, man. I'm a grown ass man. Why you talking to me like we dating or some shit, man? I swear, man. All right, but man, shouts to everybody out in the Pacific Northwest, man. Cats out in Alaska, Montana. Shout out to the cats in the Dakotas. Man, I always forget people. Arizona, you know what I mean? They was tapping in there. Vegas was tapping in. Of course, Northern California, Washington State. I might have to suspend the city of Seattle. We had some little sissy-fied dude up here, right? He crashed out as well. Had to put him in dumbasses of the week. But no, shout out to the Seattle guys, right? Except that dude, right? You know what I'm saying? You kick rocks, and, you know what I mean? Hop off a bridge for all I care. So, and much love to everybody here out here on the East Coast. Shout out to everybody worldwide, man. You got Australia tapping in. People be tapping in from like Vietnam and shit. It's crazy, man. So much love to everybody out there, man. It's your boy Murf, aka Jersey Murf. Salute.